All right, final thoughts time, everybody, as we are getting ready to wrap up the first half hour. Buffalo Bills are now 7-3 with their 44-32 win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mr. Simon, the floor is yours.
Kick return. Wow, what a game by the Bills kick returners. Ray Davis, 4 returns for an average of 39 yards. Nicole Hardman, I know he fumbled a punt. We'll forget that for now. 1 kick return for 61 yards. They shortened the field. It was the best average drive start for the offense all season long. Well done, special teams on the kick returns.
All right, Joe, what do you got?
For me, best game of the season by Christian Benford, which is a big thing for them. He, like I mentioned, he was basically on Emeka Egbuka, their primary top receiver right now for much of the game. He wasn't on him in every single bout of coverage just because they play a bunch of zone, but he was on it all game long. Anytime he was in man coverage, I mean, he was strong and he tackled well. All of these things, like Christian Benford didn't allow the Buccaneers to make a peep when he was in coverage. And to me, that is a definitive step forward from what he had been previously in the season. That's a good sign for their secondary.
All right, I have a message for football fans, Bills fans, whatever it is. Do not fall for it. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to make the playoffs. Stop being ridiculous. I keep seeing these ridiculous, are the Chiefs dead? Is the dynasty dead? They're going to get into the play. They might not win their division, but they're going to get into the playoffs. And guess what? It is going to be the most terrifying matchup possible for any team that has to play them. Now, the way it's setting up right now, that might not be the Bills. That might be the Patriots or the Colts or whatever it is. If you're the Bills, okay, like, listen, it's not what you wanted before the year, but maybe avoiding Kansas City is the best possible outcome if it ultimately happens. Just don't fall for it. I keep people seeing, like, the eulogies for the Kansas City Chiefs. They do this every year. How many times do we watch them lose on Christmas Eve on stupid Netflix, and you're like, what the heck is going on? And then they end up getting good, and they go on a run, and they go to the AFC Championship, and then they go back to the Super Bowl. Stop doing this. 2 weeks ago, they were the best team in the NFL, and now all of a sudden they stink. Just, it's so stupid to me.
To your point, they have the Colts this coming week.
Yeah.
And that's the perfect opportunity where everybody's go, oh, Chiefs are back.
You know what? Like 10 seconds before
Voldemort.
10 seconds before my final thought, I was going to talk about how Wicked was awesome at Shays this weekend. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to do like a football thing because it is a football show. All right, we got questions, Dave. We can talk more about Wicked if you want to on the other side of the break. Howard, you defy gravity.
Good?
It was lovely.
I defy gravity?
Have you seen Wicked?
No.
Oh, it's great. You should see Wicked.
I was thinking
I'm
about
going to see it
going.
next weekend.
Are you? It's great. Wait, so you've never
Sunday,
seen
the Bills are off.
You've never seen the musical?
I've seen
Did you watch the movie?
Wicked. There was a Wicked last run of Wicked at Shays.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Okay.
I saw the last movie.
Yeah, the movie
was out.
Uh-huh.
So I'm caught up, right?
No, you're caught up.
This is the final chapter or the final
The
story?
movie coming out
This is
just
after she becomes the Wicked Witch.
The movie coming out is just the second act of the musical. So the first half of the musical, when it ends with Defying Gravity.
So the musical is what the movie.
Say that again.
I thought it was pretty good. Could be clipped into
Is the
something.
stream open? Did they?
I don't know
if
the stream was open, but
it would be nice if they caught you
It's
singing.
closed now.
All right, you're good on your IFBs over there, by the way.
So the show at Shays is the movie that we saw.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a new.
No, it's the same thing.
Oh,
It's the same
okay.
thing. Okay.
Which pocket I put that?
We might be live, we might not be. There is a YouTube group called Bob Does Sports. Okay. It is a bunch of like regular guys. Okay, we are live. Well, you're going to hear me talk about the Eurostep stuff. They're like regular guys who basically film themselves golfing, and they have become so unbelievably popular that now they get massive athletes and celebrities to join them on the YouTube golf space. They have podcasts. They do all these videos. Okay. One of their members is a guy named Fat Perez, okay? And when he makes big putts, he does the Euro step. He played in a golf match against Josh, and the bet was that if Josh scored it, if he won, Fat Perez beat Josh Allen, Josh had to Euro step for a touchdown celebration. And that is why Josh did the Euro step. And it's also why it was not the most perfectly executed Euro step, because it was supposed to be emulating Fat Perez and not a true Euro step.
Okay. Thank you.
Hopefully that helped.
I'm impressed that you know what a
What is
Euro step
6'7"?
is.
6'7".
It's a basketball guy over here.
Uh, 39 for the break. All right, second half hour of leading the charge, which means Let's get weird, everybody. We got a lot of stuff we got to talk about. You want to lead with Keon, or do you want to get to Keon?
You're hosting the show.
It's like half my show. It's a third of my show.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very generous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start with Keon. That's the thing that so many people are talking about right now.
Yeah. Dude's got to grow up. I mean, right? Deion Dawkins put it perfectly. No more pats on the back.
Yeah.
It's time to grow up. I mean, this is 3 instances. And
known instances.
no, that's right.
That's
right.
Point.
There could
That's
be
a
more.
Very good point.
Teams have been known to look the other way if you're really good at some things you might do that might go afoul of the head coach or the general manager. When you're not producing and haven't done anything to make a name for yourself in the NFL, you're really walking a fine line, buddy. You need to show up for work on time, and you need to actually look like it matters that you were disciplined. I saw a little snippet of the interview he gave to some reporters yesterday. He didn't really seem like he was that upset by all this stuff and talked about how it wasn't necessarily a lesson to learn. You got a lot of work to do, kid. I mean, I know you're a high pick. They wouldn't release you on the spot, but man, I am out of patience. You better show up for work. It's one thing to not get open and struggle and transition to the pros. I get that. I'm not going to get on you for that. You got to show up for your meetings and show up on time and do your job, buddy. End of story.
We disagreed with this because before the commercial, or like a half an hour ago, we were talking about this. You think he's back next year?
And I think there is a very solid chance, if for nothing else, because I'm not sure what you trade him for. And at that point,
I don't know if it matters.
I think you would just cut him.
When did they trade Kaiir Elam?
Yeah, but here was the difference. Kaiir Elam wasn't missing meetings and was working his tail off.
Fair. However,
right?
However,
hey, got him.
Keon Coleman has more ability than Kaiir Elam does at his position.
Yeah.
So I think for me,
but what's the message to the rest of the team?
Understood. He needs to be better from that perspective. He has to get there. That is a non-negotiable for Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane. And assuming that he does get there, that's why I think he'll be back, because I think, having an entire game ripped from him, that is something that is going to probably.
Right. This is the first time, right? The other two, he was dressed
a series and a quarter, right. So it wasn't
maybe this message.
But the thing here is, I still believe, even though, and trust me, I don't think Keon Coleman is ever going to be a game changer. I never thought this about him as soon as they drafted him. I think there is some untapped potential here, because how they have used him throughout his career is basically as the X receiver. And for those that don't know what the X receiver is, it's basically you line up outside the numbers, and you line up on the line of scrimmage, and you're doing a lot of clear out stuff. You're doing a lot of deep down the field stuff, and you're trying to have to win with separation deep down the field. That is not Keon Coleman's game to me. I think Keon Coleman, where he really excels, is right off the line of scrimmage, because believe it or not, he actually does get separation right off the 1-2 step right at the line of scrimmage.
It's the basketball on him.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
The trouble is being able to retain that separation as the route goes on, because he doesn't have the long speed. And because of that, it allows the defender to get back into the play. So the one thing they really haven't done a ton of is put him in the slot. And this would kind of help the entire versatility. So part of this is due to the fact that they really haven't had an X receiver to play in his position. By the way, now they do in Gabe Davis. So here, if you put Keon Coleman in the slot, you can also open the world up for Khalil Shakir to do something more than just run, behind or at the line of scrimmage routes. And Coleman, with these quick little hitters to where he could do 1-2, get open on these low yardage routes, he's actually a good yards after catch guy, or he was in college anyway. I think there is at least an opportunity for him to become one of their firm top 4 receivers. But thinking he's ever going to be a number 1, those days are long gone. He is not that. Yeah. It's now time to find where he is best and how he can best help the offense.
This comment from PA, why don't you show Keon dancing from the sidelines yesterday? He just doesn't get it. I didn't show it because it's not our video. It's actually from Thad Brown, WROC in Rochester. A really good video. And I also think it kind of shows like him not taking the situation as serious as it should be. I also saw Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco Johnson talking about it on their podcast yesterday. And it was like, that should not be how you're reacting to this. You should be livid that you are not out there going to play a football game, and you taking this lightly is not a good sign moving forward. All right. I have a comment that I want to make to the point you just made. That will be something that we talk about during the commercial. It's very like football nerdy, which is fine. If you're watching on TV, we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Yes.
Okay, football nerdy.
I understand what you say
Yeah.
about moving Keon Coleman inside.
You want to know what it does with Shakir?
I want to know what it does with Dalton Kincaid.
Why?
Because he was already playing such a limited role with
Yeah,
snaps. And because it would basically mean you have 3 guys who are all trying to do 2 of the same thing.
However, Kincaid is pushing down farther than the field than Keon would be.
Yeah.
So it's levels.
And really the most of the time that they play Dalton Kincaid is in 11 personnel when there's 3 receivers on the field. So you're not really impacting him all that much.
Mm-hmm.
I think if anything, the big conversation would be,
Shakir.
Are you taking snaps away from Shakir?
Yeah.
But I think this opens it up for him because they don't really use him down the field all that much. They did in this game, and I thought it was brilliant to actually see him be able to go down and attack the zones in that way. Yeah, and
he was almost like a decoy.
They ran him on a clear out a couple of times, and he was even open deep down the field. I'm like, if Josh didn't have a guy here, Shakir was wide open on that
Another
play.
run after catch guy if you get him in space.
Exactly. So I think optimally for Shakir, being able to use him to pick apart zone defenses a lot the same way Cole Beasley used to. And they moved Cole between slot and Z a few different times throughout games. I think that's the optimal here. I'm not saying Keon should be starting at slot and take over that role and shift Shakir outside. I'm saying you give that as an option to where you have Gabe Davis who plays X. You have Keon who can play X and slot. You have Shakir who can play slot and Z. And you have Joshua Palmer who can do all 3 of them. And that's your top 4.
But then we're still talking about one other piece that they definitely need to go out and get, right?
Oh, yeah. And
whoever wide receiver train at WGR.
But that's
all aboard. That
it up.
They need a Z receiver.
They just need a number 1 receiver.
They need a Z because that is when they were at their best when Stephon Diggs, and that is the position he played. They need someone who can separate from that spot and move around the formation. That is what they need, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, so they need Stephon Diggs.
Great offseason.
They had a guy like that once.
Yeah.
Could have used Emeka Ibuka.
Would Waddle have done that?
Yeah, he's a Z.
So that's why they probably were so willing to give up whatever.
He can also play X too. He can kind of do both.
Yeah, he's very talented.
The draft will be very intriguing.
Right? It's going to be like
a rough draft this year, apparently.
A rough draft for wide receivers?
Just in general.
Oh, that's no fun.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they were so willing.
Everyone is gearing up for 2027.
Is there like a huge quarterback run in that year?
It's a huge everything run.
Really?
It's like Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State.
Oh, yeah. Is that Downs too from Ohio State, or is that this year?
I think Caleb is this year.
Okay.
Josh's brother.
Yeah, I know. Caleb Downs is like one of the best players in the country.
Did you see Josh Downs changed his number when Sauce Gardner came to town to be the same as his brother?
Oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm a big Josh Downs guy.
Yo, what were the Colts thinking giving up 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner when their quarterback is Daniel Jones? Okay. Sorry. All right, welcome back, everybody. In the first segment of the second half hour, we spent most of it talking about Keon Coleman, understandably so. But we did not answer this question because I think that this is something that people are wondering. Think he plays Thursday?
Yes.
I wouldn't play him Thursday.
Yeah, 100% I think he plays because Mecole Hardman has a calf injury. Curtis Samuel has an elbow/neck injury.
Right. Yeah.
And I would have thought he would have replaced Samuel anyway because Curtis Samuel to me is just such a low function part of the offense. Like his target rate heading into this past game was at 8.8 or 8.1%. For players that ran at least 50 routes in the NFL leading up to week 11, he was 138th out of 144 wide receivers on target rate.
Yeah.
Like it's just empty calorie stuff. He's doing clear out stuff.
Calories.
Wow. I've never heard that one before. That's impressive.
That's I use verticality. You've got empty calories. I love this. No, you know what we do have? We actually have a soundbite from Keon Coleman. So that was another nice. You're so good at this. You should do this for a living. You know that?
Me? No,
yeah,
you
should
never
do
this for a living.
Here's a little bit of what Keon Coleman had to say in the interview that Howard was talking about yesterday when he spoke with reporters after the game.
Was there something that happened that led to this?
I mean, pretty sure everybody already know that, so I'm gonna leave that where it's at. But just gotta be better, focus on next week. Late, missing, same difference. You're not where you're supposed to be, but I was late. Mistakes happen, things happen, but again, gotta be better.
How would you describe your conversations with Sean McDermott?
I mean, exactly how you would imagine. Disappointing. I gotta be better.
They give you any indication about Thursday night and how you possibly playing 4 days from now?
Nah, I mean, we just finished the game. We'll focus on next week when we get there.
How difficult is it to stand and watch your teammates
weeks go on plenty.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's difficult. It's disappointing, but I mean, when you understand what resulted, like what happened to make that happen, then you get it. So you just got to be proud of your teammates and root for them.
Okay, this is a two-part thing. I didn't love everything that he said. However, I very much respect the fact that he went out and he stood.
Absolutely.
He faced the music. Yeah. He went out. He addressed reporters. I do think that is a sign of growth and maturity.
And to your point, that has never been an issue with him.
No, he always is accountable with that kind of stuff. Yep. He has never shied away from talking to reporters, especially the tough questions. This is Keon. Bye, Felicia. I don't know. I don't know if he doesn't figure something out. I don't know if he is worth the headache.
You know what really struck me about that interview specifically? He's incredibly young. He's
what's he, 22?
22 turns 23 in May.
Yeah.
And
it's like Tremaine Edmonds.
It is a different scope when you are an NFL player.
Uh-huh.
But who among us hasn't had some troubles with sleeping through an alarm and maturity and stuff like that. We've all gone through stuff. We've all matured. I'm not excusing him by any stretch, but I don't know that maybe he fully understands the magnitude of it. And again, this is not excusing him by any stretch, but I'm trying to find some sort of reason. I'm always interested to the why behind how they responded in a certain situation. I didn't come away with that fire and brimstone, oh, he's got to go. I'm okay, so I'm trying to understand how you get through him. And also an interview setting is a weird thing too, to where you're kind of uncomfortable. And again, I'm not making excuses for him by any stretch for, showing up late to a meeting 3 times and getting disciplined for it. But that said, what he does behind closed doors is more important than what he does in front of cameras.
We will continue this during the break. We got to go quickly on TV. We'll be right back. You were about to say something.
I wouldn't play him unless if they don't have enough healthy bodies. That's a different story. I wouldn't play him. He has to earn his spot back onto the play.
I agree. I tend to,
and
agree
I
with
can't.
That, but I think,
and I don't know that because Joe's right. Is he paying attention in meetings? How is he at practice? If he's doing the right things, which I wouldn't see obviously, then okay. But I think I would still sit him for another game because he's got to earn his.
This is from Rob. This comment. I think they should give Keon Coleman one more year to see if he grows more. Here's the thing. I don't disagree with the sentiment, but if there is still any value there, then you have to move because it's the Kyer Elam situation.
Yeah.
If you wait a year too long, you've completely plummeted the value.
Agree, but I don't know if there is value to be had there as of
right
now.
Is Keon Coleman in a 6th worth a 4th?
No. Not even close. He is worth a late round pick swap right now.
Wow. Really?
What has he done to warrant it?
Yeah, he's done nothing. But some team, there's got to be a team out there, Joe, that liked him.
There's got to be a stupid team
out
there.
It does not matter. The Bills are so barren at the wide receiver position. And they're hey, you want this wide receiver? Who? No one's that silly. Nico Harrison isn't employed anymore. There's no GM that's going to take that on. But look, I think they're going to go back to him.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's the same role as he came back from, I think that's a completely different story.
He's a high snap percentage player.
He's not coming back to that.
No, but I'm saying he has been.
I guarantee you, he's
a 70% snap guy, right?
He will not be
Matt Collins.
No, that's not his game. Tyrell Shavers is Matt Collins.
Well, so is Gabe Davis, kind of.
No. Incorrect, because Matt Collins played the slot. He played everywhere. Gabe can only do X.
When was Matt lining up in the slot? Was it a lot?
Watch the tape
from last year.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
That's effectively the role that Tyrell Shavers has done for them as a run blocker, slot, Z.
I was going to talk about Tyrell Shavers in this next.
Understand, but because of the presence of Gabe Davis,
stop talking about Tyrell Shavers.
Because of the presence of Gabe Davis, I don't think when Keon comes back, which is probably this week, he's going to be coming back to that same role. I think he'll come back down to earth.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be closer to that 40 to 45% rather than 65 to 70%.
Well,
I will give you, I can't go, the number can't be too high. The Sabres are up 1-0. Oh, God. And the guy who scored the goals, last name is Osland.
Come on, Joe, you can do it.
If you get the first name right, I will buy you a coffee in Houston.
Osland?
A coffee. You should get him a car if he gets. There's no way he knows who that
because
kid is.
he's
So
so methodical that he will get to the fact that it's like
Swedish.
exactly.
Victor.
That was such a good guess. It's Noah, which I know is not like
It's
a
not
traditional.
Swedish.
It's not, but I was worried you're going to say like Rasmus because like it would have been a safe bet. So that's why I didn't go like car. Ugh. All right, welcome back, everybody. We were talking a little bit in the commercial about Tyrell Shavers.
Go ahead.
He's got to play more.
Yes.
Are you laughing at me?
Yes.
What did I do?
Just you. Just you being you.
Just me
All right,
being
go
me.
ahead. I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good.
Should Tyrell Shavers play? I don't know if I should leave now. I feel a little self-conscious about this.
Oh my goodness.
Should Tyrell Shavers play more?
Yeah, I think he earned it.
Yeah.
Although I'll be honest with you, we showed the highlight earlier of
Yeah.
his touchdown catch. I thought for sure he was going to drop that ball.
That was
not an easy catch.
In his mind, that had to have been in the air for like 15 seconds.
But the way he had to, he's kind of
Yeah.
going down
Yeah.
sideways trying to pluck it. You guys were there every day in camp, and I was hearing all these positive things about him. It sounds like from what Sean McDermott says today, right? Kid goes to work, shows up, works hard, tries to make himself better. I'm not here to say he's going to be the number one receiver. He's not that guy. But on a team that's looking for options of consistency at that position, I think he has earned more time.
As someone who has been talking about Tyrell Shavers the last couple of camps, I'm going to disagree. I don't think you should give him more time on the field because I think right now
spot duty is where he's most effective.
Yes, but also he's not that good of a separator. And
Well, he fits right in then.
I was going to say.
I understand that he just had a high receiving yardage day. One of that was on the improvisational play, to his credit.
Yeah.
The other one, I think he had a 20-yarder or something like that.
Yep.
Completely cleared out by the play that Joe Brady set up for him, where he was on an island basically on that play. So I think for me, I would like to see what this offense looks like with Gabe Davis getting a higher amount of snaps because that trust is there between him and Josh, like we've talked about. Khalil Shakir continuing to get a bunch of time, Joshua Palmer, and then Keon Coleman. I want to see him in as a slot receiver because I think he could have some success there. And I understand all the stuff, all of the baggage that comes along with Keon Coleman, but he is still a talented player if you use him correctly. And I don't know that the Bills have used him correctly throughout the first year and a half of his career.
Elijah Moore?
I like Elijah Moore more than Curtis Samuel. I think he runs harder routes. I think he's better separator, but they view him as a slot-only guy, and so I think that's the reason why he was inactive.
If you were not watching on the stream, this is the reason you should, because during the last commercial break, I asked Joe a Hockey Sabres question.
I'm going to ask you a basketball question this
the
next
comments
time.
Literally from here, Mike. Joe needs to ask Matt an NBA question.
There you go.
Now. So this is the little treat to those of you who are watching online. If you're watching on TV, we'll be back with our final thoughts in a couple seconds. But if you're watching online, you're about to get my NBA knowledge is about to be tested.
Name any player other than
No.
LeBron James.
No. All right.
You can't go crazy.
I'm not.
I asked you a Sabres player.
Who's the first guy off the Spurs bench?
Victor Wembanyama will not be playing for the next few weeks due to a calf strain.
I know you're very upset about this.
Who is entering the starting lineup for him?
Oh, my
Wow.
God, Joe.
Robinson?
Have I ever heard of this person?
Yeah,
Tim Duncan.
100% you have.
I would never get this.
I'll
one.
even give you the team he used to play for, the Boston Celtics. And this is why you probably heard of him.
Okay. Porzingis. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I don't know. Is he still on the Celtics?
No, he plays for the Atlanta Hawks now.
He was
Okay.
on the Celtics, wasn't he?
He was. And
Al Horford.
he plays for the Warriors.
Is he still playing?
Isn't
he like
I
50
know it's
years
not
old?
Jason Tatum or Jalen Brown. I know it's not the other
He's
guy,
gonna be- he's
Reggie
gonna be.
White. Is Reggie
I'm trying
White
to
a
think
player?
who it is.
He's
No, Reggie
no,
White is the
Yeah, neither of you
defensive
gonna
end
know.
from the Green Bay
It's
Packers.
It's Luke Cornett.
Yeah.
That's
You're making that up.
I went to
It's
high
not-
school with Luke Cornett. For all I know,
Making the
That's
name
not
up.
That's not a real person.
Okay, let me try.
Luke Cornett.
Yep.
Give me a much more baseline NBA question.
Okay.
Like LeBron James plays for what team?
No. Who were the two players the Mavericks acquired in the Luka
Okay.
Doncic deal?
Anthony Davis.
Yes.
Is the other one notable?
Not terribly, but he did start a few games for the Lakers last year. Went to Michigan State, actually Pullman for a year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Michigan
Just
State.
tell me.
Max Christie.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got
okay.
that either. 58 is our out time.
Okay.
So is Larry Bird still playing? As a comment.
Yes.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I said to a couple of people, I was really confident that the Bills were going to win this Bucs game, and I think I was so blissfully ignorant because I didn't see almost any of the Dolphins game, which I think worked honestly worked in my favor because as I was talking about, I think the Bills are.
That would
beat.
explain why you're so positive they'll beat Houston. I was going to ask if you watched the Houston game
Well,
or the Miami game.
I really only saw bits and pieces of it.
It's okay.
But it doesn't feel like I missed much besides a disaster. I feel like teams just lay eggs like this Bills team does it every year, but we thought that was the Falcons game.
They haven't, to Howard's point, they haven't laid an egg like that one.
Bad.
Yeah,
That was one of the worst.
As I was
losses.
catching up, I was learning about what happened in the game. I was like, oh, I didn't know Josh fumbled. Oh, they got to the red zone and
there was
an interception.
There was a lot.
Oh,
going
there
on
was
in
a
that
James
game.
Cook fumble. But do you feel substantially better than you did a week ago? Or do you still have really?
Yeah. Why?
I mean, I think the Bucs are a good team.
They are. a
They
good
are.
team.
Even with the injury. I
gonna
think
make the
beating the
playoffs.
Bucs.
No, they are.
It's a good win.
Substantially better? No. I'm still nervous about the defense. If the defense plays really well, I'm not going to judge it off of this game.
But isn't it almost as simple as you were always going to go as far as Josh Allen was going to take you, and you just showed that
but
you
I was
could throw up
confident
44.
that eventually, it was eventually going to work itself out.
So you always had
And
faith.
she's so good
You always had faith in the offense,
that they would
but you
find a
needed
way.
to see more, which is, I think, why people got really excited after the Chiefs game, understandably so, because the offense and the defense gave you reasons to be optimistic.
The other teams were not stopping the Bills' offense. The Bills were stopping their own offense.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You made the point about Brady and the Bills stopped their own offense. I was not worried it would come around. I don't know what the answers are on defense. And I'm talking about playoffs, guys. If we're talking Super Bowl win, this defense isn't good enough.
Here's why you should feel better about the offense by itself. In that Chiefs game we're talking about, their air yards per target to wide receivers, 2.92.
So it went up, what, 10?
11
yards?
11 yards.
Yeah. I mean, that's ridiculous.
To the Buccaneers game. So I get what you're saying about the defense. But also recall, in that Dolphins game, the defense played pretty darn well. And even against the run, outside of those last two big rushes by Achane, that really brought up their statistics.
Real quick, I will say this. I was going to say this earlier, but I'm 63 and I forget things. I will say this about the defense. It's frustrating, but when push comes to shove, they have had a tendency to make plays.
Yeah, Bishop
and yesterday was the prime example. I know they're getting gashed on the run defense, but that game is there for the taking either way, right? The offense goes on a run. It goes field goal, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. In the Tampa 4 drives, they didn't score on 3. They had 1 touchdown, but there was the Bishop interception, the Daquan Jones forced fumble, and they forced a punt. So with the game in the balance, they did make stops.
And quickly, the offense didn't do them, and the special teams didn't do them much favors by shortened field to begin the game, in which they got out of with only a field goal. They had another interception.
7,
the
goal line stand.
The fumbled punt return. Like there was a lot going on that actually went in the Bills' defense.
That is Joe Biscaglia. That is Howard Simon. I am Matt Bove. Pre-game edition of Leading the Charge Thursday. The game is on Channel 7. See you then.
Bye, stream.
Adios.
All right. Thank you to everybody.
Go Spurs.
Hey, Mike. Mike says, Matt, the show is great, but I'm watching mostly on TV. There are way more commercials than show airtime. It's ridiculous. You're on for what seems like a minute, then back to a commercial.
salary.
Was that?
It's your salary you got to pay.
Yeah,
you need all the ad time.
Mike, just so the show, we have, I think, like 6 commercial breaks during the show, so they just need to be divvied up between the first hour or the first half hour and the second half hour. And usually we're a little long-winded, so it pushes into the second half hour. So if you're watching, no, it's not. But so yeah, we'll try and be better. But thank you everybody for watching. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. See you Thursday, hopefully.